All right, everyone. Welcome back to Colorado LTAP Tailgate Talks. Today, we are going to talk about ladder safety. Here's why we're talking about it. Falls from ladders are one of the leading causes of occupational injuries and fatalities. They make up nearly 1/3 of all construction deaths. And these deaths and injuries are entirely preventable by following safe work, work practices. And your job often requires you to get on a ladder and use an in an uneven or unstable environment. So let's take a little bit closer look at ladders and preventing falls and see what the Delaware LTAP or T-Square Center has to say about staying safe while using a ladder. The first thing you need to know about using a ladder is that the label can tell you everything that you need to know about the ladder. Its appropriate uses, any warnings that you should heed when using them, and whether it's an extension ladder or a step ladder, a straight ladder or a combination ladder, the labels will give you all of the following information. First, they're going to tell you what it's made of, the type of material that it's made of, the duty rating, weight limits, and all of the restrictions you need to know about that. It'll have all the pinch points, all the warnings, everything that you need to know about it. And this, what you see right here is a sample of a label that you'll see on a ladder. It's typical for an aluminum extension ladder, and it has a type 3 duty rating. So you can see some of the information down here. It's type 3. It'll hold 200 pounds. That includes the tools and everything that you're carrying. You need to inspect a ladder before each use, and it's important to know how it works and what all the pieces are. So check each piece or section for damage before using it, and if damage is noticed, take it out of service. Use a lockout tagout system if you have one. Hopefully you do, but make sure nobody else goes out and uses it. Check the foot pads, the foot assembly, and make sure it's intact and functioning properly. Check all the locks for wear and function. Check the entire rope for wear or breaks in the rope or the strap. Um, Look for bends, cracks, or breaks in the base and the rail. Check each rung for condition and function, and make sure that the end caps are in place as well. Make sure you choose the proper ladder for your needs and safety. Choose the right material, wood, aluminum, or fiberglass. Aluminum is the lightest, but it conducts electricity. Choose the right kind of ladder, straight, step, extension, or combo. Choose the right length, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. So this is one of the most important labels on the ladder. It gives you the duty rating for the ladder, and this ladder here is rated for light duty, right? Not more than 200 pounds, including clothes, materials, tools, everything. Especially, and you have to consider if it's wet or anything else because that'll add weight. Um, so this one here is rated for not more than 200 pounds, including tools and materials. And this label should be looked for when deciding which ladder to use. You can all see that the 5 duty ratings here on the left-hand side. I'm sorry, on the right-hand side. The most heavy duty is going to carry at least, or it's going to be rated for 375 pounds. Anything over that, if you're going up higher, I'm sorry, if you're going up heavier with tools or whatever, you're going to need something besides a ladder. People can do a lot of dumb things with ladders, and here are a few doozies right here. This slide is actually called Idiots on Ladders, so don't ever do any of this. These folks are the reason why we are here today. There are right ways to use a ladder and completely wrong ways to use them. So all of these are just bad ideas. You can see why. They're just not safe, none of them. First of all, you don't use a ladder if you're tired, have balance problems, or you're dizzy. And second of all, choose the right length, right? Too short and you won't reach your target. Too long and you can't set the angle of the ladder properly. And standing on the end cap or the step below the top cap of a step ladder is unsafe due to the possibility of losing your balance. It's just not a good idea. With an extension ladder, the top 3 rungs are not for climbing, right? This next picture you're going to see he's got the 3 rungs up above where they're supposed to be. An extension ladder or a straight ladder must extend at least 3 feet above the point of support. However, the portion above the point of support can act as a lever to destabilize the footing. So be careful dismounting the ladder and onto an elevated surface. Do not use the step on the rungs above the point of support. So never step above where what your ladder is leaning on. Check the duty rating to be sure that the added weight of clothes, tools, PPE, and all of that, and allow for, again, rain or precipitation. And don't ever use a ladder in high winds, just for obvious reasons. This is a properly set up ladder. Like I said, a ladder with the extended 3 rungs above the point of support. The tow line is used to bring up the ladder so that the ladder climber can use 3 points of contact to climb up the ladder safely. You can see the tow line right here with his bucket of tools. Even though this is a correct setup, remember that below there is other work going on, and that could displace the ladder, making it unstable. Secure it if possible, or erect a barricade to keep traffic away and keep anything else away. Watch for door openings or other conditions when placing the ladder, and stop and consider the entire work area, up top and below, when deciding where to place your ladder. Make sure it's placed on a stable, level, even surface. If that's not possible, make sure it's secured, top or bottom or both. Do not try to gain additional height by placing ladders on unstable, unlevel surfaces. Get an appropriate ladder or a lift system if it's not going to work. This is a diagram of a proper placement of an extension ladder. The formula for determining placement is as follows. X, the distance from the top to the top support, times X over 4 is the distance to the bottom support. So X over 4 is down here, and this is X right here. The ladder should be angled so that the base is approximately 1/4 of the working length from the top of the support, right? So this whole distance right here, you want at least 1/4 out this way. So the ratio is 1:4. And remember to extend it 3 feet, 3 rungs above the top support for stability when exiting the ladder. Once extended, check all locks and braces and make sure that they're all in place, and check the overhead, check for overhead wires or other hazards, things that may be going on above you. Always maintain 3 points of contact when climbing a ladder or climbing anything. Keep your body in the middle of the step and always face the ladder, and climb slowly and deliberately to avoid any kind of sudden movement. Wear slip-resistant shoes and make sure there's nothing on the rungs that could be slippery. Use a tow line or a tow belt like we saw in the last photo to bring your tools and supplies up the ladder so you can keep your hands free. It also eliminates it takes weight from your ladder, and you can use a ladder with a different duty rating. Don't overreach or lean away from the ladder, and keep your weight centered on the ladder. You can see why. It's just not a good idea. You become unstable and the ladder becomes an unsafe place to be. One person at a time on a ladder. There's so many things wrong with this picture. Notice the space where the guy is hanging, where he's going to fall, right? He's going to land on these rocks, probably. He's going to maybe get hooked on this flower box. Notice the length of the ladder and the height of the roof, right? This guy here, if he was on that ladder, he was on a ladder that was not designed to do the job he was trying to do. It won't be sufficient. Notice the spotter running to get out of the way of the falling ladder. This guy right here, how safe is he? Do you think anyone was injured here? Right? I mean, this was just a bad situation all the way around. If all 3 or even 2 of them were on the ladder, that's just wrong. Never a good idea. Okay, let's look at some key points. So first of all, choose the proper ladder by duty rating. Inspect the ladder before using it and clean off any debris, and make sure that you read the labels. For your surroundings, confirm the ground is level and stable and a good place to put a ladder. Check for doors and other activity that could be in the way of using a ladder safely. Be aware of any weather conditions that would be unsafe to use a ladder. Precipitation will add weight to your ladder and your duty rating. For you, make sure you wear clean, slip-resistant shoes, be fit for climbing, and use tow lines to convey materials up and down the ladder, and make sure you maintain 3 points of contact always when climbing. The materials came today from the Delaware LTAP Center and the National Local Technical Assistance Program Association, and you can find all of those links right here for the Delaware LTAP and the NLTAP programs. Both links are here. Use them if you need to. There's lots of great information on all of them. Thanks for attending the Colorado LTAP Safety Talk again today. I hope you can incorporate this into your daily routine. These are small things we can do to stay safe, and none of them are hard. It's resisting the temptation to do just one more inch or one more whatever without moving your ladder that will keep you safe. Take the time to do it right so you don't spend any time wishing that you had. Stay safe, and I will see you next time.